Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the Sillyville edition. Are we ready to go crazy here, folks? Are we ready? You sure? You sure? These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to catch this show live, or just keep on watching these little clips. You can help us support the channel at switchedtolinux.com/support. It's up there above me. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and dive on in. So one of the big things on iOS 14, they're like, you can now change your default apps. People are like, hallelujah, I can finally set something other than Safari and the mail app and things like this. Well, just like a bad virus, whenever you restart the phone, it resets the default back to Safari and their built-in stuff. So you can go in and choose your default browser. Look at this. This guy's like, I'm setting Chrome. Let me go ahead and reboot the phone. This would be great. And you're back to Safari again. So one of the problems is on Reboot, it does this. This tells me they're changing this in the phone's memory, but it's not actually writing it to any preferences file on the disk. That's kind of what it tells me. So my guess is this is a bug and we'll probably get it fixed. But anyway, it is still quite hilarious that they primed this up, they made this all big, and nobody ever checked if rebooting the phone, the settings are persistent. So, moral of the story for you developers, test all aspects of your application. Particularly if you're spending all this time beefing it up because it's something that people absolutely love and want to hear about. All right. Secondly, feds proudly announced the seizure of counterfeit Apple AirPods. Look at all of these counterfeit Apple AirPods. No, they were actually OnePlus buds. So PBB officers at JFK Airport recently seized 2,000 counterfeit Apple AirPods from Hong Kong valued at $398,000. Had they been genuine? This is what they're reporting. It very clearly says OnePlus buds. Did these guys not realize like OnePlus is a real legit company that actually does business in the United States and actually sells these? Hard to tell the difference between AirPods and one of the many earbuds that resemble them, but checking a box is always a good to start. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol tweeted its officers had recently seized the counterfeit AirPods from Hong Kong. Also, a press release on the situation, which praises CBP officers for protecting the American public from various dangers on a daily basis, and says that the interception of these counterfeit earbuds is a direct reflection of the vigilance and commitment to mission success at CBP officers. This is a government program for you. Only problem, based on the agency's own photos, seized products appear to be legitimate OnePlus buds transported in a box that plainly says as much. CBP proudly tweeted, "It's not an Apple." This is because Apple just, under the table, they're just dropping cash to these guys. Hey, anything that looks like an Apple product, just seize it. I mean, come on. Oh, lordy. Originated from Hong Kong, seized at JFK August 31st. They were heading to Nevada, according to the press release. They were all OnePlus earbuds. CBP's math on the shipment value is way off. At $79 each, 2,000 of them would be worth $158,000, the original estimate based on the price of the AirPods. OnePlus has since replied to a tweet as having fun with the situation on social media. Hey, give those back. Seize the day, seize the music. OnePlus buttons. Statement Monday afternoon, they offer more details why it seized the AirPods, claiming that they violate Apple's configuration trademark for AirPods. Yes, the form factor that Apple created is now shared by many models of true wireless earbuds on the market. There are some truly shameless knockoffs out there, but if you don't see all of them getting headed off the airport, nowhere in the original press release is OnePlus even mentioned. There's no clarity as to whether the officers knew what they were looking at. A lot of people would confuse the white OnePlus with AirPods. All right. Oh, my lands. Welcome to the government agencies for us. All right. Apparently there was a dentist that was doing his dental work while on a hoverboard. So the hoverboarding dentist gets 12 years in prison for fraud and unlawful dental acts. If he was starring in that dentist horror film, it would be unlawful dental acts. Not acts. Acts. Come on, man. So hoverboarding was outrageous, narcissistic, and, you know, crazy, the former patient said. Man tests out hovertracks, hoverboards produced by Razer. Oh, lordy. Is that a typo, or is there two separate companies? It's not. Okay, there's the Razer and there's Razor, apparently. So the infamous hoverboarding dentist of Alaska has been found guilty of fraud and unlawful dental acts and was sentenced to 12 years in prison. What all is encompassed under an unlawful dental act? Any dentists in there want to elaborate on what an unlawful dental act is? I'd be curious to know. Anyway, dentist Seth Lookhart was charged with 42 counts. Most of the charges relate to a scheme to unnecessarily sedate patients or keep them sedated for extended periods of time so that Lockhart could inflate Medicaid billing. Prosecutors found that Lockhart extensively detailed the scheme himself in text messaging, raking in nearly $2 million from the unjustified sedation. But despite his lucrative sedations, he is also likely best known for being the dentist who in 2016 pulled a tooth from a sedated patient while wobbling around on a wheeled hoverboard scooter. That's exciting to know. Yeah. This is why I take the Novocaine. You're not sedating me, buddy. Nope. I want to pay attention to what you're doing. But anyway, I know we all need to mask up. This guy had the most brilliant idea. He just decided to use his live snake as a mask. The unfortunate thing is this article did not have photos of the live snake mask, but it was such a glorious article to not include because of the fun it was having. You know, so here's some other animals not recommended for face masks. Do not use jellyfish. They're not breathable and they may sting you. Cats. Not breathable and they're sharp at every end and they simply won't stay put. Except, unfortunately for that, my cat has been sitting on this chair for 2 hours now. And so, I don't know. I think that the cat will stay put. But anyway, I digress. Sloths. They are docile enough to stay put, but they're not particularly breathable. And tarantulas. A really nice statement piece for Halloween, but neither breathable nor likely to stay put. But they do actually cover the face well, as anybody who's seen Home Alone knows when he puts it on the guy's face, he's got a tarantula. It's a good mask. I mean, it just has a tendency to crawl off, but that's kind of the problem. On behalf of the science journalists everywhere, I apologize you did not communicate clear enough that a live snake is not a viable mask. It kind of posed a problem when it started to sliver along a guardrail. This is an artist rendition of what this mask might look like. But I gotta say, I'd wear that. That looks awesome. Come on. And I promise you a snake coiled up on your face is just as effective as half of these kufi catchers people are wearing anyway. So anyway, I digress. And on to our feature story today in Sillyville. Mozilla, still completely clueless that its task is to develop a web browser, now wants to help fix terrible YouTube recommendations. For the love, Mozilla, would you, figure out, pull your head out of your rear end and actually start focusing on, I don't know, a web browser? Maybe the crap you're doing like this is why you have to lay off people and you're like, dude, you're losing your relevancy. Yes, we all get that you watch a cat video on YouTube and before you know it, 4 videos in, you're watching a Ku Klux Klan recruitment video or something. We all know that, Mozilla. We don't need your help figuring this out or solving the problem. You, sir, focus on making a web browser so we have something that can watch YouTube, rather than the nonsense you've been doing with DOA or DOH, whatever, DOA, yeah, Firefox is DOA, and they're the abomination that is your crappy new mobile browser that like nobody likes. Okay, don't try and solve YouTube's problem when the latest version of your app is getting like 1-star reviews from everybody. I didn't pull the article up. Let's find it real quick. Google Play Store, if I can type. Firefox. Oh, I pushed a button wrong. My apologies. So let's see. Google Play Store. Look at this. This is their latest app. Okay, it's getting 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Hey, Mozilla, ever hear that verse in the Bible? Before you can criticize the speck in your brother's eye, take the plank out of your own. Rather than fix YouTube's problems, why don't you fix your own web browser? People don't like it. For the love, Mozilla, what are you doing? What are you doing? We're investigating why YouTube recommends what it does. I'm investigating why Mozilla has lost its mind. Add to Firefox, add to Chrome. The YouTube recommendations algorithm can lead you down some weird rabbit holes, suggesting videos that feel weirdly off-put and off-target by the same time, because you'll apparently become a white supremacist and want to kill everybody in the streets if you watch a YouTube video and let the algorithm choose your next 3 videos in a row. This is not a problem, Mozilla. Your web browser, though, appears to be a problem. You're losing market share. Firefox, you have lost the market share with Edge. Edge. Microsoft Edge is beating you now. Stop worrying about YouTube. Stop worrying about woke politics. Stop hiring a diverse crowd of pink hairs. Hire good developers and push out a good product that people actually want. Become relevant again. Because if we lose you, Mozilla, we are left with nothing but Chromium-based browsers, and that would be a travesty. That would be a travesty. There hasn't been a large-scale independent effort to track YouTube's recommendation algorithms. Don't worry about it. Fix your web browser. Fix it. Google-owned video platform has promised on numerous occasions to tweak the algorithm. Yeah. So anyway, you can click the frowning extension icon in the browser bar, report the video and recommendations that led to it, and send extra details you would like Mozilla to know. What can Mozilla do? Hey Mozilla, if you haven't noticed these Google deals you're doing, where Google is kind of paying you like the streetwalker at night, they're the only things keeping you alive. Maybe you shouldn't be biting the hand that feeds you. Just a thought. Just a thought. Mozilla's lost its ever-loving mind. You don't... I don't even know what else to say. My apologies for all my yelling, but holy crap. Mozilla, what are you doing? Welcome to 2020. Let me know your thoughts to this in the comments down below.
Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.